So yes, this is not my gym. We are not in Kansas anymore. And by Kansas, I mean Florida. But if you guys are, I want to say, new to this information, we, as in me and my husband, decided that we were going to do, sorry, my live kept playing on my computer and wouldn't go away. We decided that he was going to retire early from, well, he decided that, I didn't. And he was going to retire early from the fire department, and then from there started to do travel nursing because he was already a nurse working in the ER. So we are at his first contract in Providence, Rhode Island, and so luckily fantasy fitness can be taken anywhere. So I am working from the mountains of Rhode Island. Actually, it's called Hope Valley is where I am. We are a little outside of Providence, but I'm very excited to bring fantasy fitness to the Rhode Island area in terms of in-person classes and things of that nature, but also like that I can, everything's virtual with this stuff, so I can still do all of this stuff no matter what my background is. Literally background. So with that being said, we're going to jump into today's live, which is a lunchtime learning for Wielding Your Strength. So this was pulled from our main character energy meditation and visualization class that we do. And for this class, we do 4 to 5 different characters from our favorite books, and we focus on their strengths, focus on their weaknesses, and how we identify with them, and how that can apply and translate into our own lives in terms of the decisions we make, and as we create the legend that we want to be. So today's session is going to be 1 of 4. So every month for the next 4 months, including this one, when I hop on here, it's going to be a live based on our main character energy visualization. So it may be Benad, it may be Dorian, it may be Nesta, which we're doing today. It may be Farah, who knows? So keep tuning in so that we can do this cozy session that blends guided meditation and visualization and breathwork and fantasy-inspired empowerment to help you reconnect with the part that refuses to break. So whether you're joining on your break at work, whether you're out on yoga mat, or curled up with a blanket and a warm drink, I am glad you're here. I actually have a warm drink myself. I got some mushroom coffee. This is not an ad. So, your story matters, your presence is powerful, and you are allowed to take up space, even in silence, especially in strength. So, as I said, today's class is inspired by one of the most complex, misunderstood, and unrelenting women in fantasy fitness, Nesta Archeron. Nesta teaches us that strength doesn't always come from fanfare, and it comes from stillness. It comes from the choice to rise again and again, even when everything and everyone wants you to fail. It comes from sitting in the fire of your own pain and choosing not to be consumed by it. And it's the kind of strength that you earn. Not that you have to earn it, but you do. So Nesta's journey was never about being saved. It was about having to save herself. And through coherency, breathwork, and grounding movements today, we're going to tap into some of that unwavering force. The one that lives in you too. So if you've ever felt broken, bitter, overlooked, or overwhelmed, this space is for you. Not to fix yourself, but to remember your power, to reclaim it, and to wield it with clarity, intention, and grace. So, you've already done the hardest part by showing up today and watching this video. But you're not just here to sit still. You're here to breathe, to focus, and to reconnect with the version of yourself who survives in strength and who leads the story forward. So let's begin together and unshaken. So we're going to take a moment to reflect on the story you've been writing. So I want you to find a comfortable position, whether that be just like me in a seat, and you just kind of put your arms, if you can, or arms on your lap, nice straight spine. You can do it this way. If you're standing, you can also stand and take some belly breaths this way. Or if you'd like, you could also come into a lying pose if you have a yoga mat, or a child's pose, whatever works for you. But I want you to take a moment to reflect on the story you've been writing. The battles you've fought, the chapters you've closed, and the plot twists that reshaped your path. Take a deep breath in through the nose, filling the belly, ribs, chest, and exhale through the chest, ribs, and belly. What version of you has emerged from it all? From those closed chapters, those plot twists. Think of the grit you've shown, the moments that almost broke you, but didn't, and the people, your allies, who stood by your side when the world felt heavy. Take another deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. You didn't make it here by chance. You survived the darkest forests, climbed the highest cliffs, answered impossible calls. That's what brought you to this moment right here. Now, I want you to set an intention that honors your journey and carries it forward. A small vow to yourself. It can say, I'm still writing. I'm still becoming. Maybe you want to embody Nesta's unwavering inner strength. The kind built not from perfection, but persistence. The kind that sat with rage and still chose to heal. The kind that trains in silence, endures the mountains, and rises without asking for permission. Whatever it is, claim that intention and let it guide you into this next chapter. Take another inhale and exhale. Feel that truth. You are evolving, ever changing, ever growing. A story still unfolding. And that story deserves your voice because you hold the pen, the power, and the spark that brings your next chapter to life. Now, let that deep breath that we've been doing anchor you. Feel it steady you, ground you, and pull you fully into the here and now, where your story continues. Take another inhale in, and exhale, let it go. And silently repeat after me to yourself. I choose to release what no longer serves me. I choose to release anger, anxiety, self-doubt. I reclaim my joy, my peace, and the fierce light within me. I am the anchor and the main character of my story. I am grounded in purpose, fueled by passion, and rising in power, clarity, and unstoppable momentum. Inhale, take another breath here, in through the nose, and let these words wrap around you like a cloak and settle into your spine with its truth. Will you carry this energy into your quests, your quiet moments, and your next big decision? Whether it's facing self-doubt, embracing change, or simply showing up, you've got main character energy, and this new chapter is just beginning. We're going to embody Nesta Archeron now that our intention is set. I want to talk about a technique, not you, I want to talk about it, a technique that is powerful, ancient feeling, and incredibly effective. And it's the Valkyrie's coherency breath. So this is taught in our Valkyrie Mindstilling class, And this is the foundation of what Gwen teaches Nesta during the Valkyrie training. After all Valkyries don't just fight with strength, they fight with stillness as well. So, let's try it now. We're going to inhale for a count of 6 and exhale for a count of 6. But we're going to do this. Nice straight spine, belly, ribs, chest. So however you need to, whether you're standing, seated, lying on your yoga mat, we're going to inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then from there, we're going to add in some movement integration. So our arms can come down to our sides. If you're lying down, you can still do this lying down. And we're going to take a deep breath. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale. 6. And exhale, 6. Continue to do this inhale and exhale with your breath at your own pace. This coherency breath is slowing your breathing, and it's about 4 to 6 breaths per minute. And when you breathe like this, your body enters a regulated, coherent state. That means your nervous system is calm, your heart rhythm evens out, and your brain waves shift into harmony. It's like syncing up every part of you in rhythm and says, I'm safe, I'm strong, I'm present. Continue this 6 count. In through the nose, lifting the arms, and out through the nose, lowering the arms. I'm going to take a step back for these next movements so you can see my full body. We're going to do a twist. Again, you can be standing, lying down, seated, whatever works for you. Inhale, the arms are going to go up. And this time we're going to twist over. So we're going to take one hand across to the opposite knee, and then one hand either behind the chair on the ground, or if you're standing, you're just going to grab your side and grab your other hip with your hand. Again, inhale for 6 here. Exhale for 6. Again, inhale, reach up, coming out of the twist, reaching the arms up. Other side. Exhaling for 6, opposite hand, opposite knee, opposite arm behind you. Inhale for 6. Exhale for 6. And coming out of the twist, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, lower them down. You're going to go through that sequence one more time, and I'm going to cue you through it. So starting with the arms, inhaling, the arms reach up. Exhale, twist, and hold your breath. Not hold your breath, exhale your breath. Hold the twist. For Nesta, whose emotions once overwhelmed her like tidal waves, this practice became an anchor for her. It helped her train her mind to be a blade, sharp, steady, and unshakable, even in chaos. Coming out of that twist, inhale, reach up. Exhale, other side. Hold there. Continue your breath. It is a tool she used to stay grounded, to push through battles, both mental and physical, and to rediscover her inner power. Coming out of the twist again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower the arms down. This time we're going to come into a forward fold. So lowering the arms all the way down. If you're seated, you're just going to fold over your seat like so. If you're standing, you're just going to do a standing forward fold. And if you're lying down, you're going to come to a seated position and fold forward on the ground. Continuing with that Valkyrie coherency breathing. In for 6, out for 6. As you lie here in complete stillness like a Valkyrie, honing her focus before battle. Bring to mind this mantra. I am the rock against which the surf crashes. Nothing can break me. Let these words land. I am the rock against which the surf crashes. Nothing can break me. This means that everything that happens around you, all the chaos, distractions, whatever it may be, it can happen around you, but it doesn't have to affect how you are in the inside. You can control your responses, even though you can't control external responses. Let those words land. Let them root into your spine. Let them remind you of your unshakable power. While in the fold, we're going to come into a slight side bend. So you're going to just walk your arms so that your body's arching a little bit. Or if you're standing, you're going to come into a little bit of a twist in that forward fold. So what that will look like is you'll fold forward as we were, and then walk the hands over to the side. And you're going to hold that there, inhaling for 6. And exhaling for 6. Again, say to yourself, I am the rock against which the surf crashes. Nothing can break me. Remember what that means. This isn't just a story. This is life. On your next inhale, you're going to take your hands from the left and walk over to the right to do a forward fold on the right side. Inhaling for 6. Exhaling for 6. And one last time, say to yourself here, I am the rock against which the surf crashes. Nothing can break me. Coming out of that twist, you're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, lower them down. And we got some spine movement. We got some arm movement. Now, on this little break, we're also going to do some neck movement. So we're going to do extension and flexion. So some things to focus on here is a lot of people will move their body to move their neck. I want you to try to keep your body as still as possible when the neck extends. A lot of people shrug their shoulders back, shrug the shoulders forward. Try to keep the torso still and isolate the neck itself. It'll feel a little bit more restrictive in the range of motion or less able to move, but that probably means that you're in the right spot actually. So, you're going to do this with your breath. Inhaling. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Continue doing these neck flexions and extensions with that Valkyrie coherency breath. Inhaling for 6 and exhaling for 6. Nesta spent much of her life in anger, misunderstood and undervalued. Forced into training with Illyrian warriors, she had to face herself. Through grit, found family, and new discipline, she built the strength to reclaim her story and find a new purpose. Switching directions, we're going to switch to lateral flexion. So same cues of the body, try to keep it still, and we're moving the head from side to side. Notice how my shoulders aren't raising up and I'm not kind of slouching to get the neck over. Try to keep the body very still. And it's going to be, you'll exhale on the way down, inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down, inhale on the way up. Still doing that 6 count. In through the nose, out through the nose. Valkyrie Mindstilling, practiced multiple times a day, trained the Valkyries to steady themselves in fear, after struggle, and before battle. Nesta learned that by wielding her mind like a blade, she could rise unshaken and impermeable. After your last side bend, come back to neutral. Inhale one more time here. Exhale. Let it all go. We're going to take a minute here to do a seated coherency breath in complete stillness. Again, you can be lying down, you can be in a seat, you can be standing, depending on what kind of break you have right now. I want you to continue the inhale for 6, exhale for 6, and let your mind quiet. It's steady and strong from your breath work. Let this stillness expand, anchoring you like it did for Nesta. This is what it feels like to reach ataraxia, a state of inner peace and tranquility. So we're going to take a moment here for complete stillness. If your mind starts to wander, say, nothing can break me, and just bring it back to that breath count. In for 6, out for 6. I'm going to be quiet for a moment so we have a moment of stillness. Let's take one final breath together. Inhaling for 6. And exhaling for 6. Let this breath carry your legacy into your bones. You just trained like a Valkyrie. You cultivated the kind of power that doesn't just shout, but radiates, burns. You are the rock against which the surf crashes, and nothing can break you. Now, we're going to do a little bit of a self-reflection. So, you can stay where you are. You can even close your eyes if you want to kind of like internally reflect as I say the words. But we're going to be in a comfortable position and do a little bit of reflection on Nesta's story. So let the echoes of Nesta's story be embodied and settle into your bones. She is a reflection of the strength already within you. Bring attention to the breath that you had, and if you're still maintaining that breath, or if you've already lost it, because I haven't been cueing it, you're already back to the come back, breathe back through your nose. You can take this anchor with you after the class. Let this breath be a bridge between the character you were and the legend you're becoming. As we rest here, let's see how your experience settled into your breath, your body, and your bones. Let it move within you, your new truth. Take a moment to reflect. Which of Nesta's strengths resonates most deeply with you? And what about that strength awakens something within you that you may have underestimated or forgotten? Maybe resilience, strength, bravery. Now, was there a flaw or struggle that maybe made you recoil or disconnect with Nesta? I hear that happen a lot with her in her book. Is there anything that you're just like, it's just not for me? And what might that say about your own boundaries, beliefs, or fears? Typically, when we feel uncomfortable about something in someone else, it's a reflection about ourselves. And does this shift your perspective at all? Or how you experience your inner workings? How you experience others? Or how you adjust your path? And what's one lesson from today's journey that may have sparked something within you? What's one real step you can take today to move closer to the version you've been wanting to be? Whether that's bold, nurturing, clever, courageous, unapologetically whole. What is one step you can take today so that you can be one step closer to that person? Let your breath ground you. Let your truth unfold. You came here for a reason, not to escape life, but to remember who you are. Now slowly begin to shift. If you're lying down or seated, you can come into a more comfortable position, come to standing. Let your hands rest wherever you feel grounded. And we're going to take one more deep breath to seal our journey today. Inhaling for 6. And exhaling for 6. This isn't just the end of the session. It's a return. Not to who you were before, but who you've always had the potential to become. When you're ready, eyes opened or closed, standing, seating, lying down, return not as someone who simply showed up today, but as someone who remembered exactly who they were meant to be. Welcome back, main character. Thank you for taking time today to breathe. I truly appreciate it. And this whole time that I've been breathing with you, someone started a fire, so it smelled amazing while I was doing the inhaling and exhaling. So, if you even felt a spark of something today, peace, empowerment, maybe even a little tear that needed to fall, I want you to know that there's more where this came from, and this is just the beginning. So again, this is part of our in-person class that we do, main character energy, meditation, and visualization. And we are going to be offering these in more shorter tasted tidbits within our Fantasy Fitness Nexus app. So what we're doing is we're taking the full collection of the 4 to 5 meditations that we have within this class and making little 15 to 30 minute meditations of them. So you got to taste that today. So if you're interested in checking out these full length guided meditations in our app, or more Bookish fitness and self-defense programs, or nutrition and mindset support, and a powerful community of fellow legends walking the same path, you can click the link that I'm going to put below, and you can get more information about these memberships. They are cancel anytime, join anytime, so no pressure at all. And thank you for sharing your space with me today. I want you to keep breathing, keep rising, and don't forget, you are your main character. I'll see you soon. Have a good weekend, guys.